Hi everyone, this is Amy with Lucy B Hair, ready to show you a little bit about getting your hair colored at home. So first you're going to want to coat your hairline with a favorite conditioner. If you'd like, this step is optional, but it does allow for the color not to dye your skin, which I guess it doesn't really matter because we're not really going anywhere now, are we? So as you can see, I do already have my gloves on. It's a little easier for me to apply that way, and your kit should have your gloves in it as well. So you do want to make sure that you don't get the conditioner on your actual hair, simply because it won't allow for the hair color to actually permeate your roots. So first we're showing you just the visibles, and this is pretty applicable to everything that you'll be doing when coloring your whole head of hair. So just note, this would be just if you purchase the kit that you're just wanting to do the stuff people see. So I am parting my hair down the middle and adding another section around that because that's the hair that would fall and that people would actually see. So note, it's about a 1-inch section on both sides of my part, just to make the application easier, and I'm going to clip it on top of my head. I kind of go down in the back just a little bit too, because I will be adding some color there as well. You just go down as far as you think you need to that's actually seen. I try to show you by turning around as well. So it's good to stand in a place where it's well lit. You've got lots of lighting, a mirror, in a place that you can really see, so you can get all the different sides of your head. So go ahead and pin that up there just to get it out of the way. And what we've already kind of done for you here is mixed our color together already. And I just kind of tie back the rest of my hair so that I can really see what I'm doing and make sure that I'm evenly coating everything. So there's your color bowl. Your color may look something like this with some developer. You mix it per what your stylist and you have kind of figured out. So you can then whisk it together, make sure it's fully mixed, really blended, and smooth. Then you're going to grab your color brush if you need to mix it a little bit more. A whisk is a little crazy, but you can just do your color brush as well. So when grabbing the color, you do want to make sure there's quite a bit on there. And you want to coat that hairline, what you can see. And this is applicable to if you're doing your whole head of color or just the roots or just the visibles. Obviously, if you were to pull your hair up, you would see this. And you can go back an inch or two if you need to, so that the visible parts are covered as well. I'm just showing you how to do it today. So I won't be going all the way back, but you'll get the idea. So making sure that if this was just the roots, you were truly just covering the regrowth, the part that's grown in over the last little bit since you've gotten your hair done. And I'm just gonna let that section for my part fall. And then taking smaller sections as I work my way towards my part, just coating the regrowth since the last time I got it colored. As you can see, I'm coating it evenly, just kind of painting it down, and then I switch to the other side and paint it on the other side. Try not to overlap as much as possible, but of course we do understand that there might be a little bit of overlapping. Just know that that section could get a little bit darker, so it's best to avoid it as much as possible. And then you're going through and reparting again, starting on a new section, and you just kind of follow that method all the way through the parts that you see that are visible that you do want to make sure are covered. Note, when you're doing just the visibles, it's not a full color, it's just the stuff you see. So just making sure that it's fully coated, fully covered, and whatever you see that you want colored over is completely taken care of there for you. Basing too, obviously here I don't have a cape on or anything like that. You may want to drape yourself with a towel. Maybe drape your countertop or wherever you're at, just to make sure that you don't get any color deposits on anything. As you can see, I have to switch hands here just because it's a little bit easier for me. Just making sure I can see everything. Again, doing smaller partings. If the hair looks too dry in that next section, you can go ahead and part it a little smaller so that you can make sure that it really does get fully coated, because the better coated it is, the better it will last and stay, and it'll be true to its pigment. Now with this as well, when you're doing the visibles, you do want to make sure that you coated the front of your hairline as well as the back of your hairline too. So if you were to pull your hair up, making sure that you cover that is really important as well. So then if you were going through, we're going to kind of take a look at this as though we were just doing your roots as well. So this is the same for every avenue, whether you got the full shebang, you just did the roots, whatever it may be. If you're going through and doing the roots now, you just want to pin it into a smaller section so that you can get into where you need to for all over root coverage. So you're going to separate your hair into 4 sections to make the application easier. You're just not fighting as much hair. So I took a pink pin in the back and a bobby pin, and this would be how you would continue with the sectioning for the root coverage. So as you can see, I'm just now working my way down the head to completely cover, as you can see, from where the dark starts to those light pieces. That's what I would call my personal regrowth. So wherever the color changes, just go through and again cover that. You do this in the front 2 sections first, and then I would say work in the back sections. Those will be a little bit more difficult for you. If you have someone to help, great. If not, definitely just use another mirror for the back if you can. Just making sure it's all evenly coated. That's the biggest thing, and making sure you get even coverage too. So again, just covering the regrowth, not really worrying about the other stuff because it should match just fine. Each of your colors are formulated with your hairdresser, which is a total benefit for sure. So you would do this the same way on the other side, again, and in the back, just from the regrowth. And if you see any spots here like I did, you can go ahead and recoat. The color that you put on first is going to be the darkest, so if you feel like it gets too dark by your face, try and do your front hairline last as you go through. So yes, you would do that on the other side and then do it in the back as well. Let's see what I'm trying to show you here. Oh yeah, this is me trying to show you the back. So if you have a mirror, use a person, whatever you can do, working roots to ends as well, making sure those roots are fully covered too. So then the third and final step would be, obviously, if you had done just the roots or just the visibles, you would wait the 40 minutes and then go through and wash everything out, wash and style. Make sure that you rinse out completely, make sure the water runs clear, and be careful not to get it in your eyes, of course. So if you were to do an all-over color, it's a little bit more. You do want to make sure that you do everything that the roots person does. So you go through, cover your roots, and then you're going to do the regrowth in each 4 sections, and then you'll go back through and paint on the rest of the color from mids to ends. Your roots get warmer than your ends, obviously, because they are on your head. So you'll want to go through with the ends and just coat that afterwards. again, make sure your roots are coated first. So what you're going to do is you are going to work one section at a time, taking smaller subsections. You're going to apply that color to the hair length with your second color, because your root color again will be different than your ends color because of that warming issue, making sure that your roots still stay dark and rich and don't go hot. So you'll mix your second color and then you will apply to the smaller subsections and apply that to the hair length. Once you've finished applying to all the sections, you're going to set the timer for 25 minutes, because remember, your roots have already been processing for the whole time, so you only have to set it for 25. Then you're going to go jump in that shower, rinse your hair out completely, again, not to get it in your eyes, and just making sure that you wash and style and feel fabulous again. So again, just going through, working that color in, you're painting it from mid to ends, super coating it. You would go through and you would do that on every section. I'm just going to add some of this color here just to kind of show you. And then you would go through, pin it up, and wait that time before you wash. So if you ladies do have any questions, of course, feel free to let us know. This is just kind of a quick, generalized version of what it is. Make sure to watch the clock, watch your timer, don't run away too far, and rinse that puppy out. Can't wait to see you guys soon. We really do miss you and are excited to be back in the biz.